It was sitting right here. And it's not.
KD, give me one of the three. We're starting right at the start of your notes, so everybody get the start of the notes. Give me one of the three major problems that demanded a solution following the Civil War.
How should Confederate leaders be treated?
Very good, there's one. How should Confederate leaders be treated? How about another one there, Mr. Workman? Right at the start of your notes. Three major problems that demanded solutions following the Civil War. One was how Confederate leaders should be treated.
We need to know all three.
You're going to find out.
What should be done with former slaves?
What should be done with former slaves to do what?
To readjust them
To
to.
adjust them to freedom in the United States. And the third one, Jacob?
What terms should Confederate states be doing?
Okay, good. You'll need to know all three of those for tomorrow. Okay? Santos. Tell me a couple of things about President Johnson prior to his political career.
Let's see. He was a self-educated man.
Okay, there you go. I'll just leave it there, okay? Garrett, give me the political career in chronological order of President Johnson.
Well, he was elected mayor of his hometown in Eastern Tennessee,
Followed by,
and then he was later elected to
Yep.
Congress in the House of Representatives in 1843,
okay,
and then he was elected governor of Tennessee,
okay,
and then he was elected to the Senate,
and then what after that?
and then he was
He assumed.
he assumed the presidency.
Okay, very good. You're gonna need to know the political career of Andrew Johnson, not the dates, but just the political career of Andrew Johnson, in order, okay? All right, yes.
Okay. So you know how Booth killed Lincoln, and then they tried to kill this vice president, and then they wanted to kill the Secretary of State? Okay, so you know how the spokesman of the White House, right?
Speaker of the House, yeah.
What if all three, like the president, vice president, and the Speaker of the House got killed? What would we do then in some magical way?
Then it would go to the
Let's say
Secretary
they're
of
flying
State.
together and they get in a plane crash.
Then it would go to the Secretary of State. Secession is President, Vice President, Speaker of the House, Secretary of State, and then it just goes from there.
Now,
Yeah.
if like the first president dies, does the Speaker of the House become vice president?
Yes.
Who would become Speaker?
It's
The Secretary of State.
They elect, well, no, that's a good question, then Congress elects him to Speaker of the House.
Oh, they don't just give it to the Secretary of State, they have.
No, yeah, you do Secretary of State. Exactly.
All right, moving on, moving
Secretary
on.
of War.
All right,
Bob.
Ben,
Yes.
explain to me what the Civil Rights Act that was passed in April of 1866 did. What did it do?
It guarantees citizenship to all African Americans.
Citizenship and what else?
And the rest of
Nope.
Wait,
This law granted citizenship and what to all blacks? Equality, okay? You need to know that almost word for word.
and then it gave all black.
No, don't get ahead of yourself. In April of 1866, what did the Civil Rights Act do? It granted citizenship and equality to all blacks. Okay? What was President Johnson's feeling of that particular law, Wade? What was Johnson's feeling about the Civil Rights Act? Nope, it's coming through. So he did what to it? Very good, he vetoed it. Okay, know that.
Can I be this question?
Who did?
Right, question.
Yes.
If we write down he just vetoed it, is that the right answer? Do I have to write down like he vetoed it, but it's still passed?
No, if I say, what was President Johnson's philosophy on the Civil Rights Act, you could say he vetoed it, because I mentioned President Johnson, okay? Okay, as far as the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, Hoyt, what did it do? It actually did two things. What did it do? Stated two things.
All people in the US are citizens.
Okay, and?
All male citizens, right to vote.
Exactly right. So the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution stated that all people of the United States are citizens of this nation. It also stated that all male citizens were allowed to vote. Okay? Now, Andrew, what was the catcher, so to speak, concerning southern states being admitted to the Union and the 14th Amendment to the Constitution? What did readmittance into the Union by southern states and the 14th Amendment to the Constitution have in common? Or what was the story behind it? How did the radical Republicans use the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution to get their way concerning readmittance into the Union by southern states? What did southern states have to do before they could be readmitted to the Union?
They had to, ratify the 14th Amendment to be in the Union.
That's exactly right. In order for a southern state to be readmitted to the Union at this time, they were forced to ratify the constitutional amendment. If they failed to ratify the constitutional amendment, Christina, what would happen?
They had their representatives in Congress.
They would lose their representatives in Congress. Very good. Okay, what was the controversy, Susanna, with the 14th Amendment to the Constitution? What was the big controversy?
Was it the women? And like, was it Elizabeth Cady, like got mad because black males were allowed to vote and white women weren't?
There, and the answer to that, the controversy is what she said, just simply, the controversy was that black men received the right to vote and white women did not, okay? So that was the controversy on the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, okay? All right, Mauricio, before passing the Tenure of Office Act, what two things did radical Republicans accuse President Johnson of doing to try to get him out of office?
Having used women in the White House.
Having loose women in the White House and
Being a drunk.
being a drunk, very good. Now, because that strategy didn't exactly work, Congress passed the Tenure of Office Act. And Anna, what exactly did that law require? The Tenure of Office Act. What did it require the president do? What did the Tenure of Office Act require the President of the United States to do? I bet you got it written down.
I swear I wrote down everything.
You're just
you said.
panicking. She's panicking.
I'm not panicking. I swear I wrote everything down you've ever said, and it's not on here.
Where's your nice binder I gave you? Oh, it's not
I
in
did
there.
all my notes on it.
Well, you don't have these notes.
So you have to shower at the bottom.
But there's the very first one, and my notes are.
Literally, they're all.
Okay. How about helping her out there, Morgan? Morgan,
President
quiet,
had
quiet,
to,
quiet, quiet, quiet. What's that?
It required the president to get approval from the Senate to replace any cabinet.
Very good. The President had to get approval of the Senate before he could remove any of the members of his cabinet. Now, this law was actually used to set up Johnson. Why? Why did the radical Republicans pass this law to set him up? You don't? How about you, Chloe?
Because he didn't like Edwin Stanton. Edwin was kind of like a double, I guess. And he wanted him out, and he thought the law was dumb.
Or unconstitutional, better term. Yes, but go ahead.
And so he fired him.
Okay. The reason why it was passed by the radical Republicans is because, as Chloe said, they knew, the radical Republicans knew that President Johnson wanted to replace Edwin Stanton, who was a holdover from the Lincoln administration. Didn't like him, was disloyal, and he knew he wanted to fire him. So that's why they passed the law, so they'd have to get Senate approval before they fired him. He, as Chloe said, thought the law was dumb, or a better term of unconstitutional, and so he fired him anyway, and when he did that, then he violated it, and what happened after he violated that chance? Once he fired Stanton, what was the first thing that happened? Be specific. They didn't try to, who did, and who is they? Okay, the House of Representatives or the Congress, use House to be better, but the House of Representatives then impeached Johnson for high crimes and misdemeanors, okay? They impeached him for high crimes and misdemeanors, okay? Now, once someone is impeached or accused of doing something, Anna, what happens next?
They have to have a trial.
They have to have a trial, and who is the judge, jury, and executioner, so to speak, in the trial?
Supreme Court Justice.
Okay, he oversaw it, that's good, I was gonna ask that. Who oversaw the trial was the Supreme Court, Justice Supreme Court. But who actually makes the decision on whether he's guilty or not guilty?
The House.
Anna?
The Senate.
Senate, okay, the Senate, okay? Now, so they have this trial, and it comes down to the vote. And what happens just prior to the trial, AD, that kind of threw a monkey wrench into things?
Wasn't it Jim Lane that committed suicide?
Yep, Jim Lane was a senator from
Kentucky?
Kansas,
Oh, Kansas?
and he committed suicide, and who replaced him?
Edmund G. Ross.
Edmund G. Ross, and so the trial ensues, and it's gonna be the Senate's decision to vote, 2/3 majority, on whether Johnson's removed from office or stays. And as the votes are cast, it comes all the way down to one vote, and Edmund G. Ross votes not guilty. Johnson's political career saved, Ross's ended. Okay, what was the name of the book, Izzy, that John Kennedy wrote, in which he included Edmund G. Ross in his book of 8 Courageous Americans? Look to your left. There's about 9 volumes, about 12 volumes of it.
Profiles and career.
Profiles in Courage, yep, that was the book Kennedy wrote.
Profiles in
In Courage, yep, Profiles in Courage,
Underline.
okay? All right. Chance. When we sum up President Johnson's presidency, we state that he is a misfit for the presidency. Give me 5 examples, there's 5 examples, give me one example of why he was a misfit for the presidency.
Wrong man, wrong place, wrong.
Took the easy one, didn't he? Okay, how about another one there, Morgan?
Southern nerd, he's a southern nerd who did not understand that.
Very good, another one, Wade.
He was from Tennessee and he lost the trust of the South.
Very good, how about another one there? Susanna?
Democrat who was never accepted by the people.
Absolutely, and the last one, please, Chloe.
He was a president who wasn't elected by the
Very,
people.
very good, you need to know those 5 reasons he was a misfit for the presidency. Okay. Santos, who was Schuyler Colfax?
He was nominated Grant's vice president.
Very good, what was his position at the time? What was his political position at the time?
He wasn't former governor of New York, but
No, he was the Speaker of the House. Okay? Christina, who is Horatio Seymour?
Former governor of New York.
Okay, and what did he do? Shh. Christina, what did he do in history? Really, it's pretty important. Morg, help her.
He was the runner for Democrats president.
In the election of? Yeah, he was the Democratic presidential candidate in the election of 1868. Who was Francis P. Blair Jr. of Missouri? Ben?
Who was the vice president?
Vice presidential running mate for the Democrats, running with Seymour in 1868. What was the percentage of victory, Jacob, as far as the popular vote went in the election of 1868? What was the percentage of victory for Grant? Not numbers, percentage of victory.
5%.
5%, very good. Okay? And true or false, Seymour lost to Grant by 3 times the number of electoral votes.
True.
That was the second one, wasn't it?
Oh, we're talking about the first, I should, thank you, AD. In 1868, true or false, Seymour lost to Grant by 3 times electoral votes.
True.
False. What's 80 times 3?
I mean, 6 votes off.
2. No, she's your math bad as mine. What's 80 times 3? 240. You received 214.
That's pretty close though.
Okay, keep that in mind. Okay,
couldn't even do that.
As a boy, AD, what was Ulysses S. Grant best known for as far as his father was concerned? He was a what? When he's a boy. He was so good at that, he sent him on business trips.
Oh, that he was a good horseman.
He was an excellent horseman, okay? How did Ulysses S. Grant, Caleb, ever get to West Point?
His father heard that his neighbor's son was dismissed from West Point, so
Okay.
he got a senator to help him get Grant into the.
Very good, very good. Okay? What was Grant's rank, Wade, when he left West Point?
Oh,
What was his rank when he left? Okay, he's all right. Second? Lieutenant, very good. Now, Chloe, tell me what kind of a student Grant was at West Point. Average? And Chance, what do you rank high in though, West Point? Okay, very good. What was the name of the young lady he fell in love with and married, Hannah?
Oh, Julia Dent.
Julia Dent, very good. What was Grant's first assignment after West Point, Andrew? What was his first assignment after West Point? No, not his, what was his first assignment? That wasn't an assignment, that's a death sentence. But anyway, what's his first assignment? Okay, you could just put Oregon Territory, would be good. That's after, you went into more detail than you do, yeah. His first assignment was to the Oregon Territory, that would be good. Where was his second assignment? Where'd he go next? Did I tell you where?
St. Louis.
No,
That's
I didn't tell you that.
Yeah, you can tell.
Didn't tell you.
It was up on the
I
map.
just said he was promoted to the rank of captain, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, what was his first job after he resigned from the military, Anna? What did he do when he he returned to St. Louis, and what was his first job after he returned from the military?
His father-in-law gave him a farm, so he's farming.
Very good, okay? How about his second job? AD, what was his second job?
Ooh, his second job was, customs or something like that?
Not yet, second job. Go ahead, Wade.
Real estate.
Oh,
He worked for a real estate office, and why did he get fired from that, Jacob?
He wasn't collecting rent.
That's right. Okay, then what was his next job?
Oh, it was customs.
In a customs house, got fired in that one too. So after that, what did he do? Garrett, where did he go after he got fired from the customs house?
He then worked for his father, I believe.
Yep, he did. And what was probably the best thing that happened to Grant at this time in his life? Civil War started, and Lincoln asked for 75,000 volunteers, and he eagerly went. Okay? True or false? Grant received his party's nomination for a third term, but was defeated in the election of 1876.
It was
False. He did not receive the nomination. Okay, very good. Okay, how much did his memoirs sell for?
500.
500,000. Where's he buried? Who's buried in Grant's tomb? You ever heard that one?
Wait, what?
You ever heard the joke, who's buried in Grant's tomb? Grant, right, okay, that's an old one.
Alex did.
But where is Grant, where is,
It was just like this.
Alex is just like,
yeah,
wait.
where is
Right
Grant's
over
tomb?
my head.
New York, New York City. All right. What, true or false? Was President Ulysses S. Grant a popular president?
Sure, yes.
Yes. Was he a good one?
No. Worst.
He had the worst what in American history? Cabinet. All right. This is going to be a straight, true or false test tomorrow.
Oh,
Straight, true and false.
Somebody give me
Now,
100 already.
yeah, okay.
You're not gonna get.
Now listen, I want to give you some hints. I want to give you some hints, and I mean this seriously. When you take a true or false test or quiz, and there's at least 10 questions, and there might be 15 or 20, I haven't decided yet. Point being is this: read the question really well one time and answer it. Do not go back, because what are you going to do?
Second guess yourself.
You're going to second guess yourself and talk yourself right out of the answer. So you study these things we talked about. We will meet in the Commons tomorrow, and we will have a 50-point quiz all true or false? Yeah,
Are we ever gonna take a quiz as a class in here? That was fun.
sometimes.
That Wade uses notes again.
Yeah, Wade's over there just like,
Using
looking.
his notes.
Yeah, it's all-
Can we do the test?
Get some